This is a World War II American footlocker. And this is where the previous owner managed to drive into the footlocker with a half-track. And today we're going to see if we can fix this footlocker with some bits of wood, some screws, maybe some PVA glue and a whole load of brute force. Okay then, let's get a better look at what's actually going on with this footlocker. So basically I picked this footlocker up really cheap on the grounds that that's pretty badly damaged. As you can see here on the inside, that's took a real bad bash to this corner that's just caved this side in, split all the plywood up pretty badly. And here on the outside you can see that the fastener here has been pretty badly damaged, the wood split here. You've got a bit, this is the main big old indent which has caved the box in, and this basically, when he was parking his half-track, he managed to drive into this somehow and cause this damage. He must have really just clipped it, otherwise that had completely destroyed it. So we want to push this back out and then reinforce it from behind to make it usable. As you can see on the inside, the footlocker's already had some reinforcement done. So down here is where you'd normally have the internal tray sit on top of this bit of wood. That's not usable anymore. So some previous owner, probably the guy that hit it with the half-track, has put these bits of wood in at each end to reinforce it. That might have been done before or after that was hit, I don't know. Probably beforehand. I would think if he'd have hit this with the track before the bits of reinforcement put in the corner, that would have just smashed the whole thing to pieces. So the box is already modified, it's quite heavily damaged. We aren't worried about keeping this perfect, we just want this usable. So basically this box, when that's sorted, is going to go inside my trailer to be used as a trailer trunk. So here's my basic plan. I've got this little bottle jack, you can see here. I'm going to use this with a bit of wood on top of it, with a bit of wood under it, and I'm going to try and use that to force the wood back to where it should be very slowly and carefully. And after we've used the jack with the piece of wood on the end of it to push this hopefully back where it should be, we're going to use this piece of wood here that has been cut to length to sit down there up against the back of it. We'll screw that into the box and that will act as a reinforcement, because that's never going to be very strong without it now that it's been cracked so badly. And screw this onto the footlocker, and after that's all done, hopefully we should have a nice usable trunk for our trailer. I've put a couple of blocks of wood in here. This should make it high enough for the jack to be able to do the job, but it's not 100% guaranteed. This is about the best angle I think I'm going to be able to get for you. So I'm just going to pop the jack there, and then manually I'm going to have to start pumping it up. So this is going to take a while. Now we've got the jack lifted up, we're going to pop this little bit of wood on top of it, just like so. And then apply pressure. And this is probably going to go wrong, but that'll be a laugh for you. Right, so that's now got pressure on that. So let's move the camera and you can see it as it pushes it back up. Yeah, because instantly we've hit into a problem. So I'm going to stop that there and show you what's happened. So basically, if you can see here, they've started to push the side out, which isn't what we want to do. So I'm now going to let the jack back down and move it along a bit and see if we can try again when we're a bit further away from the corner. We're going to have to add some reinforcement to this, I'm afraid. Alright, let's try again from a more central location. I didn't think this would be as easy as it should be, it never is. Alright, we've got tension. If I put pressure down there. God, I don't like that at all. Right, let's hold it there a second. So we've got it basically where I want it to be. That ain't too bad. You're never going to get this right because it's been just smashed up too badly. And I'm going to grab some nails and bang them into the bottom whilst that's like it is now. So then when I relieve the jack, that's got some metal basically holding it in place, to put it bluntly, because otherwise that's probably going to just cave back in pretty bad. So I've spun the box round. I have acquired nails. So let's see how badly we can mess this up. I'm just going to tap a few nails into the bottom of this just to hold it in place some. So the theory being that whilst I let the jack down, that should have some support in it. This is going to wobble the table, I apologise. Just make sure that's what it should be. Come on, why don't you all go in there? I'm also going to pop a couple up here, as this main nail has actually failed. Where should we put them? We put one each side of that. So if you guys watch up here, we'll see if the nails can hold it or if that does just split. Come on. There we go. Looks like that's holding. So that's the jack out. And that's still in place. Brilliant. So now with that like that, we should be able to nail this bit down a bit more. Excellent, that worked way better than expected. Okay guys, let's have some shaky hand cam. So you can see that's actually lined up pretty well. Not going to be able to do anything about this part really, where that's caved in there. That will hopefully push out a bit when the bit of wood gets pushed into here. That will hopefully flatten that down. So you can see inside now, that's looking way better than it was. With the bit of wood in place, that's definitely a lot better than it was. So I now need to get on with the screws and see if I can get this bit of wood in position. So we'll go with all 8 screws, I think, because I want this to be fairly solid. As you can see, I really don't care about measuring out or being neat with this, because of what that's for. It's all just going to be inside, and let's be honest, this was ruined when I got it, so there's only so much damage I can do. That's better for it to at least be strong and have a bit more life left in it. Someone else gets it in the future, they can always try and do some more repairs. Shit. Try not to stick the screwdriver in your finger when you're doing it. Right, so that's the 8 screws started. Now I'm going to pop it in the box and see if we can get them actually screwed in. There we go. So in theory, if I just hold it down, we'll start on the middle first. In theory, if I just give that some pressure whilst I do this, it should go straight into the box. Right, that's the first one. Let's just spin the box up and see if that's come out. Has not. So I'm just going to go through with these one at a time, get them all screwed down. This is the really important one up this corner, so I've got to make sure that's pushed down properly. I won't record all of these because there's going to be a lot of shaky cam on this shaky table. I am going to address that at some point, but for now it is a squeaky shaky table. This one needs to go down properly. There you go, that's biting in. And it hasn't come out the other side. So I think we're going to be good. I'll get these finished. And here we are guys. The wood is in place and I think I can call this a success. Now this is what you call a bodge up, but that's what I often do with these things. So we've got this crate, footlocker I should say, that's been hit by a half track, the front's been smashed in, the sides have already been changed, so it's already modified, it's in a really bad state, and now at least that's usable again and that's not going to just cave in. Let me spin it over. So you can see now that's basically back to where it should be. It's not perfect, you're still going to have all these bumps and bangs and everything. You're never going to fix all of this. I'm afraid that is just what it is. You've still got a little bit of an indent here, but you know that can't be pushed in any further. So this is basically what I was going for. It's not like I was trying to get some fancy restoration job here, just make it usable without it falling apart. So I'm happy with that. I think it looks alright. So yeah, you can see the inside of it is looking really nice. So this is going to make an excellent trunk for my trailer. That's something I've needed for a while, for putting bits of webbing and stuff in instead of them just flying around loose. So this is going to be perfect. That's exactly what I wanted it for. That was really cheap because of its condition, and that's just all the better for me. So now that's done, let's just show you the rest of the trunk, because I didn't really show it to you. You can see the lid here, it's fairly bashed up like the rest of it. Nice and worn. Still got lovely original markings on it. You can make them out quite easily. So it really is, for what I paid for it, quite a nice little piece of kit. It's the other side of the lid. And the back end. Hopefully not shaking too much for you. So that's now ready to go in the back of the trailer for the season, which starts soon. So we'll have this one for that, and then the other one you've seen before, the trunk down here, that has had something built for it. So one of my friends has built me the tray that was missing, and that's almost exactly how it should be, probably built better than it should be. I just need to paint this up nice and green, that'll match. So this is the trunk for display in the tents and stuff. We'll have all the kit and equipment in it, and that is the one to just use to dump anything you need in the trailer. So, sorted. Okay then, that's it for today then, guys. I hope you enjoyed this little vlog of me fixing up a banged up old trunk and just showing you can make use of things even when they're a bit damaged. How the hell they managed to hit it with half-track, I'll never understand, but there you go. If you liked the video, please do kick a like and give it a subscribe. Follow the channel here. We're starting to get to a decent number, nearly 700 subscribers now, which isn't bad for a fat old lad like me just dribbling on about World War II stuff and fixing stuff. Well, if you can even call this fixing, let's just say bodged up. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you next time.